a solution there could be that the ECJ isn't necessarily the ultimate arbiter, the final decision maker, but the UK sort of obliged to take their decisions into consideration, which is kind of similar to what they have in Section 3 of the Human Rights Act, that they just have to take ECJ jurisprudence into consideration. But yeah, right now as the law stands, it's that ECJ law is supreme to UK law. But if you just said, okay, we're going to consider it as opposed to it having supremacy, that could be like the checks and balances in that sense. Yeah,
I feel like a lot of like Brexiteers like sort of argue for that, like more of a soft like Brexit with regards to like the legal system. But obviously, as you said, like Briticising things, like making sure that it's us who are at the top rather than the ECJ is important, but we still need the ECJ and their laws to an extent in order to
that comes into again ECJ jurisdiction, especially since Theresa May's pledged to sign us up to a lot of regulators that are overseen by the ECJ, so we're not going to be able to avoid their jurisdiction entirely, and in things like this we're going to obviously have to have an ECJ oversight. But I agree it's a good idea that where it's a kind of soft approach where they kind of tell us if we're wrong, but we don't have to follow them. So we get the illusion of sovereignty, which I think is important.
It's illusion of sovereignty. So do you think that's a happy medium that voters will be able to accept?
Yeah, both sides.
And I think it's also important for business as well, because there needs to be that consistency in laws in order to have effective trade from the EU to the UK as well. So
that all plays into the fact that will London continue to be like a hub for things such as financial services, etc. Because if laws change, then that could mean that businesses have to undertake a lot of manpower in order to change their structures and what they're currently doing, and that might just mean like a mass like movement towards like other cities within Europe. So it's very important that that's done.
But even in saying that, like I don't think many companies would move to different countries thinking if we're going down like tax routes and stuff like that, we're still going to have the lowest tax for these types of companies and so on and so forth. I don't see a reason for different organisations just to move just like that.
I get what you mean, but if you're saying like financial services sector and you're like a lot of firms are already thinking, okay, I might move to Germany, for example, right? And this could like if there's problems with like legal requirements, like huge changes, that might just like push them over the edge because they just need like one more excuse to get the ball rolling, I feel.
And it's not even just taxes, this issue, as you said, it's the whole legal frameworks that need to be put in place. So it just becomes more difficult to operate your business from Britain if there are discrepancies between UK law and EU law. So
I feel like one of the key problems facing like a lot of firms, especially in the financial services industry, is the fact that like regulation or like laws are so taxing, take so long already. And if there's more changes to come to that, it's a long-term process. And firms might not be willing to like pay for that and might just like move out of London or something.